It's taken me this long to begin to get comfortable with myself. Not comfortable as in complacent, like acceptance of who I am in the current moment or stage of development. I'm never standing still. I'm always working on myself. It's my life's work and it doesn't stop. What I mean is, it's taken me this long to begin to listen to me and what I have to say. It seems like from the beginning, the entire world had a plan laid out for me. They wanted to tell me how to act, how to dress, how to speak, what to do, and when to do it. This is the way of the world. They say that we are all born equal, perhaps in a sense. Like, if I was born right next to Donald Trump as he was being born, we would indeed be equal as individual units. But life and our decisions shortly separate us after birth. It's not a nasty thing that happens, separation. It appears to be natural to a certain degree, and I think it's a beautiful thing. Despite everything I've done and been through in life, I still love this person that I am. I have compassion for him and his struggles, and I'm proud of him for overcoming it all. I'm beginning to see that who I am is not just all right, but is great. The way that I talk is okay. It doesn't mean that I never have to change anything, but it's okay to be me however I am right now. All of my feelings and emotions, my thoughts, there's a truth there, hidden in my person. There's a truth hidden in your person and the way you express yourself. Self-acceptance is a rare thing in my experience, and those who claim to have accepted themselves sometimes display narcissistic tendencies. They believe that their worldview is the only correct one, even if they say different. Just watch what they say and what they do, how they go and preach it and tell other people they are wrong or still asleep. But how would they know? They wouldn't, but they still act like they know every thought in a person's head or know every detail about another person's life that they are interrogating and out themselves as the fool that they are in the process. But it's natural to believe that everyone thinks the exact same way you do. It's also natural to grow out of this tendency. Self-acceptance is nothing without the acceptance of others beyond what you call the self. If you never accept another person as they come naturally without trying to change their beliefs or the way they speak, your relationships will lack a certain degree your entire life because you're trying to be in a relationship with yourself, and that's no fun. I love my wife, and I love that she has a different mind than my own. She's able to show me weaknesses I was blind to and has also shown me strengths I didn't even know I had, emotions that I didn't think I was capable of feeling. Self-acceptance can be tricky because we're all essentially blind. We don't know what to look at, so we miss certain key elements. We judge by appearance and the way things look or sound rather than what they really are in essence of at the core. I can be a very harsh individual. You can't tell through these videos, but I don't hold my tongue for anyone. I say whatever I feel like when it feels right, and that's important to me. If someone behaves like an idiot, I call them an idiot. And if that makes me unenlightened, then cool. I don't want enlightenment. I have to be able to accept myself just to say that I don't want enlightenment if enlightenment means I can't be who I am. If it means that I have to disregard the person I've come to love unconditionally, I cannot do it. I cannot accept the offer. Now, I don't walk around calling people idiots. Why not? Because I don't care enough to intervene. I know that everyone has their own life to live, and that doesn't have anything to do with me. I only call people I know idiots because I care about them and I love them. I use a lot of foul language off camera. People might hear it and say, "Oh, what a bad man talking like that. How rude and inconsiderate." I only censor these videos because you never know if kids log on to YouTube and check out the channel. But if a person says these things to me, it doesn't bother me a bit. You know why? Because I mean every word that I say. I don't curse or call people idiots by accident. I mean it when I say it. I take everything into account. I'll give you an example of self-acceptance from my own life. I was at work a few months back, and I had a coworker that must have woken up on the wrong side of the bed that morning. He came into work interrogating me, asking me what I've been doing for the last 2 hours, and blah, blah, blah. The funny thing is, all of the stuff he was complaining that I didn't do is a part of his job, and it's my job to make sure that he does it. So he wanted me to get all of my stuff done and do all of his responsibilities before he even got to work in the morning. I've been at this job for 6+ years, and I like to believe I know a little bit about what I'm doing. I know exactly what needs to be done and in what order to ensure that business runs smoothly for the day. That's my job. I'm the manager here in this situation, and I could have just sent my employee back home to get some rest and lose out on money, but I feel like that wouldn't be the right approach for me. That's not who I am, and I know myself. I don't want to snatch money out of his pockets, out of the mouths of his wife and 3 kids, even though I have the power to do so. I could have just fired him, but it wouldn't have felt right to me. So I informed my coworker that there were things he hadn't seen that I had to take care of. But he kept pushing. I was a little less polite the second time, and I told him that I wasn't in the mood for it and to just get on with business for the day. But he kept pushing, and now we had a customer in the lobby. I decided that this was the time to push back. I took a moment to consider what I would do and the potential outcomes of my decision, and then I committed, fully aware of what I was doing. I walked over to where he was so there was no confusion, and I told him that if anyone, anywhere else besides work, followed me around, bitching at me like he was, even though I had asked them to stop twice and I couldn't get away from them, that I would just pick them up and drop them right on their head and make them leave me alone. I didn't have any problems out of this man after that. But if they would have continued, I would have made good on my promise, I guarantee it. Now, maybe you would have handled the situation differently, what you might call a better way. But I'm not the only one that's dealt with this sort of harassment by this guy. And everyone else deals with it like a nice guy, and they get walked all over, and then they go and talk shit about the guy behind his back. And I'm just not that guy. I'm the guy who stops it when no one else is able to. I'm the guy who is going to be honest with him, so he is aware that his interactions with others are non-consensual. This way, he actually knows he's pissing people off. One day, maybe when he's not at work, he does that to the wrong person, and they really hurt him. See, I gave him the option to get hurt or not, and not everyone is that polite. I did what I did, knowing I could be fired for it. So what? I stayed true to myself. I hate getting into a battle of wills with other people. I don't like to put my will on other people and try to control what they're doing or thinking or how they speak. It doesn't feel right to me. So I keep my will to myself to the best of my ability. But when another person tries to enforce their will on me and weigh me down, what option do I have? It's like some prison shit, get down or lay down, and I do neither. That's what self-acceptance is, the power to be you, no matter what. Protect yourself by force if necessary. If it's not necessary, I won't do it. I keep the sword sheathed as much as possible, but I will pull it out and I will use it, and I will not second guess myself or feel regret about it at all. I am so dynamic as a human being. I can hate them while they love me, and I can love them while they hate me. The choice is mine, not theirs. Self-acceptance is going to Bill Gates' Instagram page and telling him that I love him while the whole world hates him and hates me for showing the compassion that is naturally in my heart for others. Self-acceptance is telling my friend his idea is stupid if I think it's stupid. Self-acceptance is being me, no matter what anyone says. But I got there by following my heart. I used to impose my will on other people, and I'm sure that I still do here and there. Nobody's perfect. But I learned. I listened to my heart, and when my heart tells me that I'm guilty, then I am guilty, and I serve my time and change my behavior. To accept others was more difficult, but as I got better at loving myself, I began to see the truth in the statement that we are all born equal. We all have the same right to express ourselves. It's not just me who is only allowed to accept themselves and follow their dreams. I had to understand this, that every one of us is actually living a life. Like, everyone that I see has lived a whole life and experiences traumas and the pains of loss, the joy and happiness of life too. This is what makes them, them. I can understand and accept the way other people are is okay, just like it's okay that I am who I am. We're all doing the best we know how. And if we kept all of our feelings and emotions a secret, we would all be miserable. To accept others, I had to understand that not everyone will accept me how I am. And that's perfect for me. If someone doesn't like me for me, I don't want them around. They should go find someone else that they would benefit. I just be myself, and the people that don't like me naturally stay away. But the ones who accept me will stay around, and that's the way it should be. I never lie about how I feel just to maintain a relationship, because there's no relationship more important than the one I have with myself. And as I cultivate a loving relationship with myself, a truly unconditional love, I am free. I am free from myself in a strange way. The me that always tells me I'm not good enough or I'll never do anything with my life. That I'm a coward because I couldn't protect my mother when I was in the first grade the way I wished I could have. When I am free of that for myself, I am free of that from the world. And when I began to love myself and accept myself, it became near impossible to not do the same for others. Until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.